Hey y'all, it's your girl Toyia T, and we have a show for you today. We have some folks in development to just talk to us a little bit about what their journey has been and how they've come to where they are. I would be remiss if I didn't make note of my hair. Tina from Fitness Queen of Three, we appreciate you for giving me my Mary J. Blige look. But I digress. I'm gonna bring them in and let them introduce themselves. Come on in. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey Toy, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? While you guys
Hi.
are all coming in, hello, hello. We're
Hello.
so glad to have you this evening. I want to start by having you just do a quick introduction, and we do ladies first over here. So go ahead, Valeria, and do a quick intro.
Hi, I'm Valeria Cummings Swope. I'm Development Manager for the City of Cincinnati's Department of Economic Inclusion. I certify minority women and small businesses and then help them to get contracts with the city and with city related entities. I also work with businesses across Hamilton County that have inclusion goals or looking to be more inclusive. I help them make connections with our city certified firms so that everyone benefits working with small and minority businesses.
Well, thank you. We're so glad to have you. I can't wait to hear some of your tidbits. Andre, do you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah. Uh, uh, Hello, everyone. Andre Frazier Homes, president, custom luxury home builder here in the tri-state area.
All right. Thank you for coming tonight. And Rob, do you want to go next?
Sure. Good evening, everybody. I'm Rob Smijunas. I'm with Vandercar. We're a local commercial developer here in town. We develop retail, industrial, residential, and uh, reposition properties.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad to hear from you tonight as well. And last but certainly not least, Aaron, do you want to do a quick intro?
Yes. So my name is Aaron Brown. I have the privilege of being the mayor of the beautiful city of Forest Park.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to a very fruitful conversation. I must first acknowledge that you guys all have some very significant careers. So the audience, I'm sure, would be enlightened to know, how did you get to where you are? Or in the words of Kelly Price, how did we get here? Tell us a little bit about your career. Whoever wants to start, about like how you got into where you are and what you decided to do.
I'll start. I stumbled into my career. In my first life, I actually was an anchor and reporter for the CBS affiliate in Lexington, Kentucky. And after working there a little over 20 something years, I woke up one day and said, what do I be? What do I want to be when I grow up? And it wasn't television anymore. So I had an opportunity to, as they say, go to the dark side and go into PR public relations. And so I did that. And then I went on to work in the lieutenant governor's office. And while there is where I discovered economic inclusion. And I began doing that with the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And
Okay.
so that's where I first started. And then I heard about what the city of Cincinnati was doing when they were in the process of creating their department. And so I applied and came on here to help the city of Cincinnati begin its Department of Economic Inclusion. So I've been with the department since its creation nearly 8 years ago.
Nice, nice. Well, we're going to be excited to hear more about that. Anybody else want to share how they got to where they are today?
Um, sure. Rob Smijunas again. But basically, I haven't had to work in the last 40 years of my life because this has really been the passion that I've been moving forward with ever since I started it. So I'm very, very blessed by the fact that I don't consider this a work, a job. It's I get to solve problems and meet a lot of people and help a lot of people.
Absolutely. And development really puts you in a great position to do that. And Aaron, you guys are doing a lot of development over there as well. Tell a little bit about how you got to where you are.
Yeah, so I guess mine is the simplest. I was elected, so gist of it. No, no. So I was actually in my master's program at the University of Cincinnati. I was studying urban planning, and I got to intern for LISC. This was kind of the start of it. I was studying affordable housing. Did a lot of surveying of vacant and blighted property to be turned into potentially affordable housing. And I actually saw that Forest Park had a lot of foreclosures. They hadn't recovered as well from the recession. And I thought that community development corporations and governments should be working in tandem to remediate a lot of that blight. So I ran for office on that. I was elected, and we just kind of been, going ever since then.
What did they say? The rest is history, huh?
The rest is history, right?
And so, last but certainly not least, Andre, did you just stumble into development, or how did you get to into that space?
I'll give you the short version of it. But early on, my parents got me involved in construction, and I was fortunate enough to carry that on after my career in the NFL was over. So I was fortunate enough to play 6 years in the NFL. Was able to get 2 Super Bowl rings, and so after that was over, my time in the NFL, I just transitioned back to what I knew best, and that was home building and construction. And as Rob said, it's never. I don't feel like it's a job at all.
All right. And we're not going to talk about who you played for.
Yeah. Let's leave that alone. Let's leave that.
We just going to leave that there.
Yeah.
And so I know this kind of all this conversation really sparked from me coming into Aaron's office and him telling me about all the wonderful things that he's doing in the city of Forest Park. And then I started to talk to a couple other people, and then I heard about some things that Rob was doing. So I'm just curious if you can just take us into a little bit of it, Aaron, in terms of the development that's happening in Forest Park. And then I want us to talk about the most significant real estate development projects that we've all kind of worked on.
Yeah, so I'd be happy to. So the city of Forest Park actually is in a very, very exciting time. We're in a growth period. So currently we have 2 major developments happening. A third one getting ready to have a groundbreaking pretty soon, and then there are 3 more plots of land that we have our eye on. So total potentially 6 new developments. This is the first time in 20 years that we've built really anything, especially to this scale. And this is the first time since the city's inception, since the very beginning of the 50s and 60s, have we developed to this scale. So it's a really amazing time to not only be a Forest Park resident, but to be on council, a part of making the magic happen. So
Yeah.
On the eastern side of the city, we actually have a 100 home development coming on former school land. The school sold us the property a while ago. And
Which school is that, Aaron? Where is that located?
Yeah, so this was the old Cameron Park property. The school had closed that back in about the mid 2000s. So the teens, they closed it, and it was completely vacant. When schools closed out here in Wentwood's district, they actually raised the property completely. So it was just open field, and the city, as a result of also the recession, the city had closed the old swim club that used to be out here in Forest Park. So it's really on the corner of Sharon and Waycross. So it's around in that area, across from the old library.
Okay.
So that is about, I want to say about 15 acres. So we're roughly putting 100 homes over there with the developer. So that groundbreaking is going to happen hopefully before the end of the summer. So they're doing some soil testing right now. And then on the western side of the city, a lot of people have seen the homes that we actually recently finished with Miranda. So those were 16 homes, and the land directly behind that, there was some wooded area that was recently cleared, and we're working with another developer to do another 65 homes over there. and these are going to be larger homes, a luxury product type. So what we would like to see is homes that can compete with a lot of cities that we see in Butler County that have larger footprints, bigger acreages and square footage. So that's actually what we are. That groundbreaking has already happened. They're actually putting in the road now, and like I said, a lot of clearing has happened. And then, kind of back on the other side of the city, we have a very large development. We own a park, Cantor Park, is actually in between Fresno and Northland Boulevard. So all of the park and the office tower in that surrounding area. So if people are familiar with the Forest Park area, we're on Northland where the post office is. Kind of back all the way to Fresno. We own all of that land in between where Word of Deliverance Church is. So we're really excited about that because there we intend to have a very large mixed use development. That developer actually said that they can, a lot of developers said that they wanted to tear down the old office tower. It was built in the 70s, but the developer that was selected for this project said that they can reface it and they're interested in turning that office tower into lofts. So surrounding that area, we'll put a few apartment buildings. These will be market rate, very luxury apartments, going up 3 or 4 floors. And on the bottom floor, we're hoping to put some commercial activity and then really build out, not only make improvements to the park, but build out the rest of the area with other commercial developments as well.
Is there somewhere that people can go and see all the different developments? Because we probably won't be able to go through all of them. But I do want you to talk through the marijuana one, where that one is, and any details you could share.
Oh, well, yeah. So that one, that actually happened a little while ago. So that's more of a industrial development. There was a old Kmart building that has gone through a few different businesses since. So it's a marijuana cultivator. There is a brilliant small business. I think there are 3 owners. I believe 2 of them are veterans, and they're hiring veterans. And what they do is it's just the cultivation of marijuana in that area. And I think that was close, anywhere between a $30 to $40 million development, somewhere in that, or redevelopment of that facility, somewhere in that range. Yeah, we can talk about any one of these developments, because like I said, that one was more industrial, but the others are mixed use and residential.
Okay.
I wanted to add something, Toyia,
Go ahead, Larry.
that Aaron had told me about, and that is the makeup of Forest Park in terms of minorities, and also the fact that one of the things that the council and Aaron in particular are working on is to make sure that these projects that are coming up are going to be more inclusive in terms of the people who are working on the project, making sure that subcontractors and all are being a part of this. So I'd like for Aaron to talk about that.
Yeah. I about that. So on the mixed use development and the luxury residential development that I mentioned, these are actually both Black developers. So on the luxury residential development, these people have been they've been doing investments, and they've done a lot of homes here and there, but they have backing from another large developer in the region, Al Nair. But
are they local, Aaron? Are they coming from outside of the city?
Yeah, no, they're actually local. So okay. One of them in particular used to be a resident of Forest Park, and he still owns a few properties in the city. And then the one that's Cantor Park, the mixed use development, that's actually Robert Sanders Development Group. He's actually that's kind of the ideal dream team. So we have Robert Sanders, and then he's also partnered with Elevar as the designer, and then Megan Construction is going to be involved in that as well. But in the RFP for that in particular, we do have a few targets on minority spend. So I imagine a lot of the subcontractors will reach those targets as well.
Okay. Well, we always want to see some inclusion in the efforts that we do as far as real estate development and knowing the difference that it makes. Rob, I'd like for you to talk a little bit about projects that you might have going on, whether they be in Forest Park or other areas that you feel like were significant. Anything that maybe is going on that has already gone on? Anything that you want to share that might
Forest
be
Park
specific?
is a gem if people take the time to look at all the opportunities there. In fact, the marijuana deal I put together for my buddy there that owns that, because he was trying to find some place, and I worked with the city manager, Donnie Jones, and Donnie's incredibly helpful and incredibly knowledgeable.
Yeah. We
Um,
appreciate you, Rob.
huh?
That we appreciate you, Rob.
Oh yeah, no, and just recently we opened up Hillman's new corporate headquarters on a property that we redeveloped in Kemper Woods, and it's been a lot of people have gone through it to get ideas on how to redo an old office building, industrial building into great space uh, for office, and they had needs that they wanted to fulfill in this space, and they really did a great job. We had some great contractors and designers and people that worked on that project, and we're also working with Aaron's administration on finishing up a contract to purchase and redevelop the old Kmart site on Waycross. And so we're planning on building hopefully a spec building of about 159,000 square feet of industrial spec. We think the location, as well as others think the location is terrific. And we're looking at another few sites there on Waycross for more industrial.
And
So
what is that? What is that going to be? Is it going to be industrial businesses where it'll go out to?
it would be a mix of it could be high. We don't have the tenants yet, so we're building it so that tenants can make decisions quickly and move in. Most of these industrial users, they get a contract and they need space, and they need space very, very quickly. So those that have the space get the deals, and so we want to bring those deals to Forest Park.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. I want to give Andre an opportunity to talk about his most significant real estate development project. And then we'll start talking a little bit more about inclusion and what that looks like.
For me, growth has been very strategic and managed. And so for me, my company, currently we're working on the largest house that we've ever built. It's 4 million. And I am, that's down in Kentucky, Triple Crown, Union, Kentucky. The subdivision is called Triple Crown. And I have a contract. We're working on a contract for an $8 million house that's down there in Kentucky as well. And so we're steadily, plateauing and bumping along. One thing I do want to go back to is I'm on HBA executive team. That's the Home Builders Association of Greater Cincinnati. And Aaron, I do believe that the development in Forest Park is going to be a city Rama. At least that's what we've been told currently. I think we're pushing for that to be a city Rama development. So kudos to you for that. I know that's going to be very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we figure out how to get a Fraser home in there, Aaron. Is it too late?
That's actually what I'm hoping. That after the developers subdivide the land, I hope people like Fraser Homes come in and want to put maybe not an $8 million home, but maybe take a couple of those lots and do something really nice, because we are hoping for the city Rama. So keeping our fingers crossed on that.
Okay, awesome. And then when you get the contract for that $8 million house, make sure you do an open house and invite all of us for the excitement of it, to open up the doors.
For sure.
I want to talk a little bit about the projects that are going on right now, where there may be some inclusion needs and inclusion opportunities. Are there projects? I know, Aaron, you've talked a little bit about the ones that are going on in Forest Park. Have all the decisions been made? Is there still opportunity for subcontractors to get involved? Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, there's absolutely opportunities for subcontractors to get involved, especially I would say probably on the mixed use development because it's just going to be so many different types of structures between the apartment complexes. We hope to have, like I said, some retail options, and then as well as building. I would like maybe see a brewery over there. Me and my city manager are in agreement about that. So. The different people that come in to work to build these different types of buildings. Like I said, there are a few targets that are in the RFP that we are hoping, you know, our lead developer continues to reach out to subs of like subs of color, I would say.
Okay. And what's up? Just looking for all different trades? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it's gonna be everything because it's gonna be a large. I mean, just on the apartments alone, we are hoping to get to maybe a fourth or even a fifth floor because the buildings that will be surrounding the current office tower that is there, the current office tower is 6 stories. So I would like to get as close to that as possible. So this could be anywhere between 375 to, I mean, even 450 apartments. So that's going to require a tremendous amount of work. Just by even a conservative estimate, I mean, this is close to like this is over 100 million plus dollar development or redevelopment of this park, apartments, and all type of commercial facilities as well. That's
Okay.
all area that we're looking to put our potential community center as well.
Okay. And now how can people find out about what opportunities are available and what's the process to get them prepared? Like, do they have to be registered with the city of Forest Park or do they have to be registered with the city of Cincinnati? What are the requirements?
Oh no! So all of that information will be put out into the city and on designated websites like to attract subcontractors. So initially we put out the RFP, and that's how we got Elevar and Robert Sanders. So we'll continue to not only utilize their expertise, but then put it out in those same channels.
So they
But
should just look for RFPs that will come out through the city of Forest Park's
yeah,
website.
well,
And
there are like government procurement websites that you'll look on.
okay.
But yeah, it'll definitely be up on our website as well.
Okay. And then you mentioned that they're hiring veterans at the cultivator.
Mhm.
What are the requirements? Do you know if anything? Is it just like, do they have to have grow experience?
That I'm not entirely certain on, but I do recall that of the business owners, they said they would um, give preferential treatment to veterans. I know you can't obviously exclude anybody else from applying, but I'm sure that they'll reach out in their networks, and then there are veteran websites that and other government procurement websites that they'll put the job postings on. But that project's kind of, I mean, the redevelopment of the building is finished, but just hiring. I don't know if they've finished hiring all of the employees that they want at that facility, because this was over. I would say this is probably over a year and a half ago. Wouldn't you say, Rob, that they had already started to move in?
Yes, in fact, there's a tremendous amount of technology in that building. The amount of amount of HVAC and mechanicals that have been installed in that building is unbelievable. An incredible amount of investment.
Mhm. So do you think they may already have all the folks hired that they need, or are
No,
you
I
sure?
doubt it. I think that there's plenty of opportunity because of the fact that they are ramping up. So that growing is not going to all occur at once. So the number of people that they're probably needing to facilitate a full grow uh, is more than they're not done hiring. I would
Okay.
highly doubt it. And there's going to probably have to be a lot of training.
Mhm.
Well, that I'm sure people are looking for opportunities right now. So if there's a way for us to get the information out there so that people know where to apply, I'm gonna send them to the City of Forest Park's website, Erin, because you ain't giving me nothing else. So that's where they're gonna go. Um, we only have 5 minutes left, so I want you guys to just kind of do a round robin. If you want to give your contact information, any resources similar to what we've talked about in reference to opportunities for projects that you have coming up or that you're working on now.
Well, I want to say that in listening to what everybody's been talking about, one of the top resources that people can use, is the Department of Economic Inclusion when it comes to fulfilling goals and things like that, because we have over 350 something businesses that are certified that do a wide range of businesses. And we have a big event coming up September 29th. It's our second annual DEI Business Enterprise Expo, which is going to be at the Duke Energy Convention Center. And this is an opportunity for companies of all sizes to come and see what type of businesses are certified with the city of Cincinnati. We call this a reverse kind of expo, in that usually when you go to expos, you see large companies and everybody goes to see them. In this case, it'll be just our certified firms that'll be on display. And this gives all the large companies and cities and everything an opportunity to come in, see the type of businesses that are certified and the type of things they have to offer, businesses they have to offer, what they can do. And in addition to that, we're going to have a matchmaking event in the afternoon. So we're going to be targeting these large companies to come in. So we have Turner Construction, 3CDC, Procter & Gamble, Intel, just to name a few, who will be on site that afternoon. And they'll be meeting with companies that register, and they'll meet with them to talk specifically about what they have to offer. So for example, 3CDC, let's say, and they're looking for engineers, or they're looking for somebody who does IT. We'll plug them in to meet with specifically those companies that provide those type of services. So we're encouraging, Fraser Homes. Hey, Fraser, if you want to come in and network, and then and you're looking for additional people to work on your $1 million homes,
$8 million home.
register, and we have people who provide all kinds of service, from electrical to plumbing to steel to painting to woodwork to roofing. They cross the gamut. So we're looking for companies like that. And Erin, if you want to register and come in for the city for Forest Park and have some of your people come in and talk to our certified firms and say, hey, we have these projects going on, and these are the type of industries we're looking for. That's
Bring them all to the storehouse.
Mm-hmm.
We got 1 minute. Any contact information you want to give, Valeria?
They can reach us at cincinnati-oh.gov/inclusion and get all the information they need.
All right. Rob, any contact information you want to leave for any projects that you're working on?
Oh, sure. They can email me at rob@vanhold, VANHOLD.com. Rob@vanhold.com.
Vanhold.com. Erin or Andre, any way that they can contact you?
My website is FraserHomes.com, has contact sheet there, FraserHomes.com. Get a hold of it.
Erin, contact information?
Yeah, our website is forestpark.org. So you can always go and you can find out everything that's happening in the city.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us for the conversation tonight. We're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors.
Today's episode of The Plug is sponsored by the following companies. At the platinum level, we have Spiritual Genius. Spiritual Genius is a lifestyle brand created to highlight spiritual experiences and uplift people in the process. Check out their apparel and travel wear at spiritualgeniusbrand.com. At the gold level, we have OneCom Media and Marketing. OneCom Media and Marketing is an award-winning website design and digital marketing agency that works with top brands to tell their stories and get more leads to convert to actual sales. Stop chasing after business. Let the experts at OneCom Media and Marketing help you implement a digital marketing program that drives the business to you. Call them today at 1-888-859-3274. Also at the gold level, we have Exact Media Services. Exact Media Services brings a wealth of marketing and advertising expertise with years of experience in media. They bring fresh ideas to company branding, promotional campaigns, marketing, and communications while leveraging the latest in data insights to inform and optimize toward meaningful actions that move the needle forward for their clients. Contact Gina Hamilton, founder and managing director, to learn more about their unique business offerings to help grow your business. Feel free to email her at gina@exactmediaservices.com or call her at 1-860-839-9958. Exact now. At the silver level, we have the 35th Annual Midwest 2023 Black Family Reunion. Starting August 17th, this year's theme is Proud and Powerful. For more information, go to myblackfamilyreunion.org. Last but certainly not least, at the bronze level, we have Concrete Bullies. Concrete Bullies specializes in residential concrete construction. Their professional staff has many years of experience installing driveways, patios, porches, and other structures. They offer free estimates and their pricing is reasonable. For more information, find them on Facebook at Concrete Bullies or call 513-712-9111. The Plug thanks all of our sponsors for helping us keep you connected.